Oh. Hey guys, today we're gonna do something a little bit different. Thank you for coming to my stream. Unfortunately, I couldn't really do Yakuza today because, well, one, I didn't want to be dishonest. I just wasn't in the mood to play any games. As you know, I've just started streaming. It's been about, I would say, a little bit over a month. And as a former cook, there's an old saying, which is you gotta taste your own dog food. In other words, you gotta taste your own food. So when I started the streaming thing, I was not a streamer, and I never watched many streamers or streams at all. I mostly watched VODs at best and a lot of YouTube videos. So as I was streaming every night, I would watch the stream that I just streamed. My bad. Sorry for the grammar. And so far, I was not exactly, from my perspective, I was not exactly all that thrilled or satisfied with what I was doing on stream. My gameplay was a little bit lackluster, and it went from no voice to now me doing FaceTime, and also the fact that it's been a long time since I played games. And if you watched my last couple of gameplays, it's, how do I say this? It's not, hasn't been great. In other words, my gameplay hasn't been very good because, well, I kind of suck at games. Even a game like Yakuza, which I was pretty good at when I played Yakuza 0, Judgment, and all those games. Unfortunately, maybe it's just the mindset I have now. Maybe it's just I've been cooking all this time and working on my business. I haven't had much practice or experience with gaming. So today, I'm just gonna do a just chatting stream and just basically use me as your background, really. I find this might be a little bit more engaging just to try something else. If you guys don't like it, let me know, message me, whatever, call me out on it. But at least with this case, I've tried a little bit right here, is that I can actually at least look at the camera, look at you directly like this, and focus talking a little bit more. Because from what I've seen in my gameplay, it's hard for me to talk and play and commentary, at the same time. Maybe with practice it'll get a little bit better, and with my inability to play well in a lot of games. I mean, if you saw my Bloodborne gameplay, it was kind of a disaster. Speaking of the my live streams on YouTube, now apparently I am streaming on Twitch and YouTube. I actually got a couple of Souls Bloodborne players that commented on my gameplay. I never thought anyone would watch it. I made a less than mediocre thumbnail, and for some reason two Bloodborne players actually commented on saying that, hey, it happens to all of us in the beginning. And of course there comes the comments of, man, I wish I could experience Bloodborne the first time. I wish I had what you have right now. I replied by saying that, hey, this is like basically you want to go back to therapy, except therapy is basically hell. We all have different tastes, and I'm not judging anyone. I certainly don't blame anyone for liking Bloodborne. But I still have a hard time understanding why people like those kind of games. But same thing with why people like to go and watch horror movies, where you feel vulnerable, you feel scared, and with Bloodborne you feel helpless, depressed, anxious, and pretty much any sense of hope is kind of lost. That's the way I felt about it, without even playing the game. When you first boot up the game, and where it says new game or load game or whatever, I don't remember. That's little Horus. Oh, just hearing that, it just made my skin crawl. And I kind of, if you watch my live stream again, as soon as I heard that, now it's a great song, of course. It does what it's supposed to be doing, right? You know, gives you dread. It basically sucked like at least half of the energy, half of the hype, half of the confidence that I have, just like that little song. And as I played it, oh man, how do I explain it? Before I played Bloodborne, I played another game, which was Pokemon Scarlet. And I know it's different, they're two different games obviously, but in comparison with the introduction, right? When I booted up Pokemon Scarlet, it had like a 3-hour introduction. It was hand holding me way too much. I was getting so bored of the dialogue, the frame rate, and everything. And the endless amount of dialogue and hand holding was driving me kind of insane. With Bloodborne, on the other hand, oh man, it just kicked me right in. It says, here's where you are at. Here's this creepy, dreadry place, and boom. They barely even give you any instructions on where to go and how to play. It's almost as if they assumed that you already played this game, or if it's your first time, like it was for my first time, it's like, yeah, you're gonna get your ass handed to them. So you had to read all those instructions or tutorials on the floor, which I was not used to. One extreme hand holding to the other, which is almost no hand holding at all. So the different contrast threw me off by a lot. And when I had to face that little boss, and I realized it wasn't even a boss, it was just a regular enemy, I was like, man, am I supposed to really kill this guy with my bare hand? Because this sucks. I'm barely doing any sort of damage. I mean, the game doesn't even tell you how to equip the gun and whatever weapon that you choose. But maybe that's my fault. Eventually, when I found that out, I equipped it. Okay, monster dies in 2-3 hits. Got it. I was feeling a little bit confident. I was like, okay, that was just my fault. As soon as I opened up that door, you Bloodborne players probably know what I'm talking about. That little slow opening of the door. Oh, here we go. And there goes like another 35% of whatever confidence I have. And then I spent the rest of the stream just getting my ass handed to me by the local community. I was like, man, they say game journalists are bad at games. Well, does that make me even worse? What does that make me? A filthy casual? A casual? So yeah, there it is. And after that, I mean, I tried to play another game, which is Yakuza Gaiden, which I was streaming I was streaming yesterday as well as last Friday, I believe. One sec. Where was I? And I really did enjoy that game. I really enjoyed the combat. Without spoiling anything, I more or less knew a little bit what's about to happen because, again, I played 1 through 7, or excuse me, 0 to 7, with the exception of 3. I knew what was gonna happen. I knew what happens in Yakuza 7. So some of the stuff that's happening in Gaiden, which is in between 7 and 6, is kind of like a built up. So I more or less I kind of knew, okay, this is not the bad guy. They're actually the good guys, and maybe this is the bad guy. These are the bad guys. These are the good guys. Something like that. So, but as I played it last night, I wanted to enjoy it a lot because it's a good game. But right now, based from what I'm going through in my personal life, again, it's nothing overly serious. For example, like cancer, or I don't know when my next paycheck is gonna be, and I'm gonna be homeless or something like that. It's nothing that serious. But I'm just going through a rough time right now in terms of career-wise. You know, it's not easy to spent the last couple of years of your life building up your own shop, your own restaurant, and you work so hard at it, and then you just gotta close it down because you've seen the writing on the wall, and it is what it is. Life goes on, and you can wall up in your own pity, or you can pick yourself up. But even when every day I try to get out of bed to go get to my old job, which is where I am right now, the market is not very good. Everything is a little bit slow. I just want to do something, and thus with all that energy, I decided to give streaming a shot. So with all that stuff going on, I guess the best way I can describe what I'm feeling right now is probably, I guess I haven't had this feeling in a while. Maybe it's like back in high school when you're about to go to college, or you still haven't gotten to the college that you want, and maybe you see all your friends got selected or accepted into where they are. And I mean, a lot of my friends are married, have kids, whatever, they're doing good in their careers. I don't have that many friends, by the way. So if there's any solace in that. And while I'm not homeless or any sort of financial debt, it sucks because I decided to go to the path of entrepreneurship, and even before I pursued it, I knew that there was a high chance of failure. And knowing that you're going to deal with it, and you probably will deal with it, is a lot different than, say, actually dealing with it, because you were really hoping for the best, right? You never want to start a business hoping that you would fail. I knew there's a good chance that I would fail, but I still did it because I at least want to try. And now that I tried and failed, I'm just trying. The wound is still fresh. It still hurts. So even right now, I just have trouble enjoying a lot of games. In fact, I had a viewer before I showed my face who we had a good chat. Unfortunately, he's not gonna watch too many of my streams live because I think he listens to streams when he's at work. So maybe around 12 o'clock or something like that. Shout out to him, by the way. He recommended one of his favorite shows to me. I don't know if you guys know much about anime. It's called Fullmetal Alchemist, and I gave it a 7.5. And in reality, I should have given it maybe at least a 9 or a 9.5. And it's a great show, no doubt about it. The opening song, number 4, number 5, still stuck in my head. I really liked it. But it's just one of those things that I just now realize as of today that I'm having trouble enjoying, the good things in life. Even with my diet right now I'm on a diet trying to lose at least 20 or 30 pounds. So I, even if I want to eat a good burger, I can. I love burgers, but I just have a hard time, swallowing. It's like you don't have any taste, you don't have any appetite, and you're just eating to get the energy rather than enjoying it. I think that's the thing that with me right now when it comes to anime shows and games. And he rightfully called me out on it by saying that I was being very insensitive because he shared something pretty personal with me, hoping that I would enjoy it. And unintentionally, of course, I didn't do a good job. So I want to apologize for that. But at the same time, out of all the videos that I've seen, advice on how to be a good streamer or a content creator or YouTuber, at the end of the day, I have to work with what I have, which right now, I think that I'd rather just have a good chat. Whether it's with you guys or just by myself, it's more of my way of, stress relieving. And as of right now, I'm actually feeling a little bit better rather than forcing myself to play a game that I know is good. I didn't want to force myself to play a good game knowing that I wouldn't enjoy it. And the last thing I want is trying to be fake. So what is in my streams? So I always wonder what am I good at, or what am I not good at, and what can and cannot do when it comes to this content creation thing. Well, I'm still working on the video editing part, which is your basic DaVinci Resolve and everything. But right now, if I could just talk for about 30 minutes to an hour a day. I think this would be quite therapeutic for me. It would be great if more people join my chat and chat with me. That would be wonderful. That's all I really wanted to add, one out of the streaming thing, is whether to have someone listen to me, and maybe they can learn from my experience, and maybe hearing me as a background noise maybe brighten up their day, or maybe give a little bit more of the motivation for them. That would be good enough for me right now. But yeah, that's all I really want to do right now. It's just vent or chat. One sec. I mean, I don't have a nice pair of tits, but I don't think I'm terribly. I don't think I'm bad looking. One in the comments even said I'm decent looking, so shout out to that guy. Oh. Anyways, on with the topic today. Now you heard my reasoning for not wanting to maybe play a game. Again, I do apologize. That said, though, let's talk about something a little bit more uplifting. And one more thing. I would say, yes, I actually did watch the GTA 6 trailer, but I think it's the same reaction. I didn't do any reaction, obviously, because my reaction was more like this. Okay, cool. And I've only seen it just once. Even now, as of right now, 24 hours later, I think, I still only seen it just once. I think part of the reason that I didn't have too much of a reaction to it was I kind of knew what to expect from it, because if I remember GTA 5's trailer dropping, the first trailer was just purely cinematics. The end product could be a little bit different, and of course, there's no gameplay. Very rarely now will I care about game dropping, getting me hyped without actual gameplay, because the gameplay obviously could change. I knew there wasn't going to be a gameplay in the first trailer. They're going to milk the shit out of this timeline until 2025. Speaking of 2025, the release date, it's 2 years out. That is a long time. And they could easily delay it another year or two. Who knows? And there's also the fact that I was worried about, I think the CEO said something about like, maybe we should charge the game by the hour. That really rubbed me off the wrong way. If I'm gonna have to pay for a game and be charged like for a streaming service, there's no way I'm gonna play that game ever. I don't care if it's GTA 5 or Devil May Cry 6. It doesn't matter. I'm not paying that, because it's just purely based on ethics, right? So yeah, I've only seen it once, and based off of my memory, 2 characters. I definitely think they will do the whole, pressing the button and then switch to a character, just like they did with GTA 5, but instead of 3 characters, we might just do with 2, which I am actually a fan of. I think 3 might have been a little bit too much, or rather just at the max, where 2, in my opinion, is very, very good. Was there anything I worried about that game, though? Yeah, there's a lot. Other than the first one will probably be the pay by the hour thing. The second thing would probably be, I would say probably the frame rate. And with this whole cancel culture and stuff going on right now, again, I don't want to get too deep into the political ground stuff, because I don't want that in my stream. How much could they do when it comes to writing, right? I hope it doesn't derail the writing, GTA is all about, parodying what the American system, what the society is. So I think they should stick to that. I really hope they do. Well, one sec, guys. Didn't realize I can talk for so long. I need that much water. Am I gonna play that game? Yeah. But am I gonna get a launch? If I'm not broke, then maybe. Let's see. I did think that the graphics was pretty good. I wouldn't say that it's like mind-blowing me out of the water. It's not like whether it's some like The Last of Us, those kind of graphics. I didn't expect that, but it was probably might be the best in terms of graphical that I've seen based on such a huge sandbox game. So I think it's I'm looking forward to it, but I'm still not going to pre-order it. So, and part of the reason is, again, goes back to the ethics thing, because the last pre-order bit me in the ass. Again, imagine that. The last pre-order that the last game that I actually pre-ordered and was very satisfied with was Devil May Cry 5. Now, I'm a hack and slash fanatic. I love hack and slash. And I didn't know that Hideaki Itsuno and Capcom was on fire at that time with Resident Evil 2, 3 Remake, and all that. So they were making all the right choices. So that gave me a lot of confidence, and I pre-ordered it. But it wasn't my last pre-order. My last pre-order screwed me over a bit. And care to guess what it is? City Skylines 2. I pre-ordered it for my PS5. It was supposed to launch the exact same time as the PC, I believe. Only for me to realize that it got delayed. And I heard that the PC launch for City Skylines 2 was really, really, really bad. It's a shame because I love city building games, and City Skylines is still probably my favorite city simulator. It's up there with Stardew. Stardew is obviously the simple life farming, and then when Haunted Chocolatier comes out, I'll definitely be buying that. That I can pre-order, because I know that the Concerned Ape, the creator, it's just him, and I definitely want to show my support on that. As for maybe any other games, I thought about pre-ordering Persona 3 Reload, a game that I'm very much looking forward to. It's still a long ways. They've been dropping trailers like crazy, all these characters. I haven't watched too many of them. I knew I watched the first one, but I've only watched it once because I didn't want to spoil too much of it. And yeah, that's the only game. Oh, and Dragon's Dogma 2. I watched the trailer to the part where it's kind of like the giant Trojan-looking statue was walking, and I think that was like maybe half the trailer, and I stopped after that. There's a lot of good new games that are coming out, but I think this year we were kind of spoiled. So hopefully next year can continue into a good year of gaming. This year though, the ones I enjoyed, Tears of the Kingdom, and it's a little bit early, but Yakuza Gaiden was one. Very good so far. I'm sure I'll like it even more. Although I did hear people say that Gaiden is a little bit on the shorter side, which is fine as long as it has the mini games. That's cool with me. And then you got, I would say, god damn, what other games did I play? I guess I didn't play that many, as this year opening of the restaurant was just so stressful. But anyways, you know, this is I think I'm gonna keep doing this until maybe I get a little bit of a grip on my financial situation with my job, and then I can maybe enjoy games. Hopefully soon. Hopefully maybe end of January, maybe early February, then I can start enjoying games again. But right now, I'm actually having a little bit better time just talking to you guys, and just letting my emotions out. I did read that hopefully you guys aren't being too pissed off at me, because there's a cardinal sin where I think it's called trauma dumping. I read somewhere where a viewer can come in and just start all this drama and just dump all their emotions on you. Could be fake, could be real, could be serious, could be just trolling. I hope I'm not doing that to you guys, because I'm not trying to trauma dump on you guys, and if you think that way, think so, I'm sorry about that. Right now, again, I'm just trying to figure out what kind of streamer I want to be. I do enjoy streaming a little bit more than video content creation, because right now I can only do the very simple-minded YouTube shorts. Even going back, I don't think my shorts were all that good, and the best shorts that performed was actually me losing my mind playing that stupid Suika game, which is dropping all these fruits into this little bowl, and you kind of combine the fruits and make sure it doesn't go overboard. It's like basically Tetris, but with balls in the shape of fruits. And I played that for about 4 hours, 4 or 5 hours, trying to get a watermelon. And I thought I was gonna lose my mind if I keep playing that game. So for about 60 seconds of entertainment, I guess, there you go. I don't know if I want to keep doing that though. It'll just make me a little bit more miserable. But I do enjoy it. If I had to pick between Suika and Bloodborne right now, I would probably pick Suika. You know? And also, right now, again, I think I said before that I'm trying to get in shape. I don't look too bad, but I'm about at least 25 to 30 pounds overweight. So I'm only gonna stream an hour because I don't know if I can talk every single day for like 2 hours. I can do it for maybe 30 minutes, no problem. I mean, we're almost at the 30-minute mark. I'm gonna try maybe go for 45 to maybe an hour, and then afterwards I'm gonna need to go run. And for the viewers are asking me, my old viewers who are asking me why am I not streaming around noon, which is my old time, instead of doing 7 o'clock Central Time. Well, it's because I moved back home and I'm in a very, very small, cramped place right now. And because it's so cramped, my mom, who is, old and she has work, I can't make too big of a noise here to keep her up at night, to keep you guys entertained. I can't do that, guys. I'm sorry. And also there's my dogs, so they need their beauty sleep. And so usually I want to stream from like 7 to 9 if I was playing a game. But if it's just talking, then maybe we can keep it just under an hour. But in exchange for that, you guys can find me here every single night at 7 o'clock. So in terms of like, instead of like streaming for like 2-3 hours or even 6 hours, because that's the longest I've done, maybe we can just do a simple 30 minutes to an hour every single day. If I can build a community like this where every night, instead of like a long stream, because to tell you the truth, I still can't really watch a streamer no matter how good they are, whether it's Shroud or Dr. Disrespect. Shout out to Doc, by the way. I just can't watch someone play a game or just talk for like 3 to 6 hours. I know that everyone who watches streams or listens to streams have their own preferences, but again, it goes back to that whole thing of eating your own dog food. How am I gonna, since I was never a streamer, how can I turn myself into a viewer of my own stream? And what I need right now, or what I want right now, is more or less just I want to be able to talk. And if I was a viewer who is, let's say, whether it's going through a hard time or just need some background noise, maybe we kind of like a late night show or late night stream where every night you can just tune in or watch me later on my VODs on whatever and just hear me in the background. That's it. Simple as that. I could think another word I can use, another phrase I would use is probably, or it reminds me of a simpler time back in high school when me and my friends would bring their Xboxes to each other's house and play it. Like maybe one of us have an Xbox but has a small TV. Another guy does not have an Xbox but has one of those big giant screen, which was really expensive back then. And we would like, hey, let's go over to I don't know, John or Sam's house, and we hang out Friday night. All 4 controllers will play multiplayer local, or Super Smash Bros, something like that, Mario Kart, or even some of my old favorites, Gears of War. That was the well, granted that was 360, but it's that nightly feeling of you can go back, maybe although the time might be a little bit short, like an hour or something like that. I think it's that feeling of familiarity and that very chill, relaxing vibe of just hanging out with a friend. And I think that's what I want to provide to you guys as a content creator or streamer, whatever you want to call it. Even though I might not be as good right now, I'll do my best to refine things. Oh, speaking of which, one of my viewers actually messaged me saying that my VODs on Twitch had no sound but just pure gameplay. I was so pissed off because it happened the last two VODs. So today I didn't. I spent almost, I think, just around 3 hours trying to figure out what the hell was going on, from restarting my computer to reinstalling OBS to flickering the sounds here and there, and I finally got it. All I had to do was turn off the desktop audio or some crap like that. Now, I don't know if it'll work though, because in terms of recording and YouTube, it works. But I have no idea whether or not it's working on Twitch right now. So after this, I'll have to go back and check, because if I have another VOD that just has these background music playing, and you'll just see nothing but me smiling and my mouth moving, I think I might just stop streaming on Twitch. I'm just gonna have to go with YouTube. Just saying. Has nothing to do with you guys, by the way. I spent 3 hours trying to correct this, even though it worked before, because I don't know what happened, but I tried to I looked up some YouTube videos by trying to split the sounds, so I can do better video editing. Like, audio 1 is everything, audio 2 is just commentary, audio 3 is gameplay only, 4 is like alert sounds or something, like trying to split them all. And then I don't know why, but Twitch did not register the sound for me. Ugh. What a shame. Oh, and you guys might wonder, why am I posting this category as on Twitch as Stardew Valley? Well, there's a couple of reasons, but the main reason is I obviously cannot compete on the just chatting category. I do not have the looks, and I do not have the clouds or the viewers or the followers to get me up in the ranks. I will be in the bottom abyss. For those guys on YouTube, you might not know what I'm talking about, but if you're on Twitch, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You guys will never find me right there. Second is that I actually found that the community of Stardew Valley to be very, very, very good. I know that I've done some research on different types of gaming communities, and there are communities I really like, Stardew Valley, and there are communities that I really, really did not like and don't want to get involved because they're toxic, aka the NBA 2K community and the Call of Duty community. Now, I know there are some people out there who are actually good, but I don't know. Those guys might try to get me to scream or yell or troll me. So I'm not exactly interested in that. I might be a little bit depressed right now, but I refuse to rage quit and throw my controller on the ground, smash it, or punch a hole in my wall. I mean, it's my mom's house. She can probably kick me out and sue me for it. So yeah. And as for the Stardew Valley community, I really like it because it's either speedruns, which is fine. I can't play speedrun, obviously. or people just want to watch you play their simple game and, you know, chill. Try to play the best word. It's just chill. And that's the vibe that I'm going for with my stream right now. One sec. Damn. At least you guys are keeping me hydrated with this stream. Just realized that my bottle actually is see-through. Huh. That's pretty cool. Yes, the bottle is green though. That's really cool. And yeah, it's just water, by the way. Just water. No, since I'm on a diet, no sugar drinks, no boba tea, no sodas, just water and fruits. No coffee either, by the way. So yeah, I hope you guys at least had a better year than me though. This year has been quite painful, but hopefully you guys will have had a better year, and if not, then you know, I hope we all have a better year next year. This year is almost over. I will be streaming even, well, it depends on my schedule, but I mostly have nothing to do. But I will say I will try my best to stream. I will try to stream every day, just so that I can, you know, relax. And listening to this background music, and hopefully YouTube doesn't give me another copyright warning. I had that one where I was streaming Yakuza Gaiden during the opening scene where the opening song was playing. I didn't mute it. I didn't realize it. Not that it matters because I'm not monetized right now, so who cares? I really wanted to stream during the day though, but until streaming is my, I don't know if I want to say it becomes a job, because I'm still not sure about this becoming a career. I never started this as a streaming to try and become a pro streamer or to make money off of it. Believe me, it's just purely for venting and giving me something to do, just take my minds off of, you know, the stress of losing my shop. I know that some people will ask me, well, what kind of shop do you have, or what kind of recipe that you, or what kind of food that you cook. Unfortunately, I'm still not gonna reveal it right now, because I hope you guys can understand. The wounds are still fresh. I made it closed literally a couple of days ago. At least, or rather, I can only pay through the end of November, so November 30th was the day that I had to pack everything. It's funny because I still remember that day. There was actually a day that the weather was kind of bad. It was like small. It was raining too. Not super hard, but it was raining. It's chilly. And it was kind of windy as well. Yeah, I had like a good number of people calling and coming in. So that really hurts emotionally for me. Knowing that I had to tell them, like, I'm sorry, this is going to be our last day. I'm sorry, I can't give you any food. I even had someone who, an old customer who actually knew that I was closing and tried to come in on the last day to get my food one last time. But unfortunately, the power went out, or was cut off, because I told them we're going to cut the power off that day. And I had to tell him, like, sorry, I can't give it to you. That was very painful. If there's one thing I really hate in this world, it's probably disappoint people. That includes you guys, by the way. So if you're listening to all my venting and my conversation, just so you know that thank you for you know, watching my VODs, you know, being here for me, and it means a lot to me. So thanks for that. That day was probably just painful. Sorry. But at least with the streaming thing though, right? Um, it kept my mind off of the pain a little bit. It's kind of like you guys were like a very good little distraction, but eventually I had to face the reality of it. Um, this is why during my old VODs, my old stream, you can catch it on YouTube, that you only hear my voice and not my face until now, because I couldn't stream the inside of my restaurant because I didn't want to get doxxed. And tomorrow I'm gonna have to file the official paper of like closing down the LLC, which again rubs more salt into the wound. But maybe, just maybe, you know, when I earn my money back, I can do it all over again. But yeah, it's just it's just hard. But never mind that. Uh, Once I get more people into this community, of course, I don't know. We could like maybe watch a little bit of videos, talk a little bit more about personal life, and maybe I can share some of my childhood stories more with you guys. And at least from what I know, I can actually rehash my stories, because if I have no new viewers coming in once in a while, then I need to tell them the whole story all over again. So that's one good news. You guys, if you guys keep asking me about, hey, what's my favorite food? I'm not gonna get tired. Like, stop asking me that. I'll keep answering, no problem. But the only thing I hope is you guys can understand is just don't ask me too much when it comes to the restaurant. It really hurts right now. But eventually I will let you guys see. You know, I have the browser up. I have the browser set up. You guys can see it right now because I don't have it open. But I just don't want to open it up right now to let everyone know. But eventually, when the wound starts to heal, and you guys can, you know, pick me up a little bit more of you guys will help be here listening to me, then I'll think about it. I'll think about it. Just like I'll think about playing Bloodborne again. I mean, you should see me that morning trying to edit that video. I was both creeped out and disappointed. It's like, oh, where are your balls, right? Come on. I can't believe trying to edit that video was giving me stress. And that was like the night after playing it, and I had trouble sleeping that night with Bloodborne. I didn't even reach the first boss. That's how pathetic that was. The thing is, that video is actually my most viewed streams as of right now. My most viewed stream was like 20 views. That one, for some reason, got 40 something views. I know, double the amount. It's incredible, right? And I actually had people who actually commented on it and asked me to keep going. Just give me a little bit extra time, okay? I'll get to it. But right now, I am happy to maybe just sit here listening to vibe music and have a chat. You guys can use me as your background music, and hopefully I will be your nightly entertainment. Hey, there's a Nutmeg, or me, Colin. Call me whichever one you want. There's Colin every night, you know, at 7 o'clock Central Time, and talking about random shit. And maybe I'll drop by just to give a listen, or drop a topic that I want him to discuss. I'll discuss anything as long as it's not too sensitive of a subject. So no politics, religion, anything like that. And as this time, I understand that I will try to be a little bit more sensitive to if you guys do share something like from your childhood, a little bit more something a little bit more personal. Like if you guys, I don't know, your favorite food is like I don't know, sushi or something like that. I'm not gonna go out of my way to say sushi. Why do you like that? It's so overpriced. It's just rice and fish. By the way, sushi is one of my favorite food of all time. I'm not gonna go something like that. Because I'm streaming on both Twitch and YouTube, I have to be very, very careful if I'm gonna put up a video or maybe like an image. But at the very least, I'll mute it, and that way we can discuss. For example, if you want me to discuss, I don't know, Yu-Gi-Oh or something like that, maybe we can pull up some images or a channel or video of someone playing it. Then maybe we can just, you know, do commentary that way. I think that'll be a little bit that's a little bit more in my comfort zone. That way you guys can get the better of both. Oh, that might be good for Bloodborne. Just saying, like, maybe we can watch my bad gameplay and then I can discuss what I was feeling in detail as what I was going through when I was playing this. Something like that. If there's any streamers that I really want to do or trying to emulate what my style want to be, I'll probably say Moist Critical would probably be my favorite, because Charlie streams almost every day, but most of the time he just scrolls through news. And while I don't really watch his streams, because again, I don't watch streams, period. Maybe I'll hop in for like a couple minutes and that's it. But I do watch his video content, which he basically is just discussing specific weird topics. Sometimes YouTube drama, blah blah blah, and all that stuff. Maybe he surfs Reddit, but maybe I want to do something a little bit different, because one, I don't have his deadpan wicked sense of humor. Two, I don't have his look, his glorious beard, his majestic long Jesus looking hairdo, whatever. But I am gonna try and grow my hair out for the first time, and eventually I'm gonna get what I call a perm. I've always wanted to grow my hair out, but you know, because of the restaurant, long hair means there's a risk of hair falling off. Got to take care of it. So when I was in the restaurant, I basically just shave it off, you know. There you are, Speed. Thanks for joining in. Well, I would show my tits, but the thing is I would probably be banned off YouTube. So now that you actually see my face, hopefully you're not disappointed by it. You know, maybe you guys prefer the avatar. I don't know how long you've been here, but it's been about 45 minutes, and just venting. And so far, I would say my setup is actually pretty decent. At least you don't have to worry about you know, spoiling Yakuza for you. I decided I don't mean to drop that game, of course, but right now it's just the state of mind that I am in. I have a hard time enjoying anything that is enjoyable. By the way, Speeds, I did want to apologize to you. I did get your message, obviously, and I'm sorry. I was being insensitive. If you watch some of my Pokemon review, I did give it a 6 out of 10. When I said an 8 out of 10, it was more like as a joke. Because obviously you heard how much I was complaining about it. But I will say that Full Metal Alchemist is really good. I would still give it like maybe a closer to an 8, even though I think it should be around 9.5 or maybe even a 10. And that's probably because more on my part than the show. I think the reason is not only because of my state of mind, but also because, you know, every one of us when we were kids, back then, we were like a blank canvas. So whether we watched Dragon Ball Z first, or we watched Full Metal Alchemist or Naruto, the first thing that you watch is going to stick with you the most. And if you watch something like that now when we are grown up, maybe it just doesn't hit as hard because we're different people. You know, we already been molded in that way. So maybe the extra 2 points, or which should be in there, is really just just the fact that it's really on the viewer than anything else. So, but I like to thank you for actually telling me to watch it, because I really did enjoy my time. The Pokemon, what is it? Playing Pokemon and watching at the same time. I actually didn't watch it because it took a little bit of time. So I took a little bit of time to to watch it. I had to read the manga first. So I was reading the manga as well as playing Pokemon. But the Pokemon thing wasn't really that bad because it was me doing the raid battle. So a couple of maybe 10-15 raids, and I was pretty leveled up. So it didn't take that long. And I have to say that I enjoyed the anime a little bit more than the manga. I really should have watched the manga a little bit more rather than playing. I really should have watched the anime than the manga, although the manga wasn't bad. But that's just me. God, what was I gonna say? I wasn't completely invested, by the way, until maybe they got to, what is that town? Briggs, the snow level, or the snow town. And I was quite upset that they killed one of my favorite characters, which was Hughes. I really liked him. The only chapter I skipped, obviously, was the dog episode, or the dog chapter. I was like, okay, I've seen this before, I don't want to see it again. Next. So there's that. But overall, I didn't. The ending, while it didn't really surprise me, I thought it was very well done, even though I kind of seen it coming. The law of equivalency. You got to give up something for something else in return. And I knew that in the beginning when they said they tried to bring their... spoiler alert for those who haven't watched it. They tried to bring their someone back from the dead. And they think the fact that these two kids think that just... oh, we can just trade in some water, some sulfur, some basic chemical compounds, and we'll get that person back, is completely utter arrogance and foolishness. And I think that was mostly what all of it is all about, right? It's just, you gotta learn your place. You gotta learn your place in life. And that really did hit me. In fact, I'm still thinking about the opening song in the anime, number 5. Even though I think number 4, in terms of the song, I like that one the most. It was a banger. I really enjoyed the opening of number 5 because it's a little bit more somber. But the ending of that song, where that particular person with the sunset on the background holding out their hand, only for Edward to be in bed smiling in a very simple bed, and the bedroom was very simple. There's no extravagance or luxury or anything like that. And his loved that, again, spoiler alert guys, his wife sitting right next to them. That got me quite emotional. That was really something. And it's something I think all of us really want in life, me included, over anything else. It's just a peace of mind, a piece of... Hold on guys, my dog's back. Hey Ellie, you want to say hi to the streamers? To the stream? Guys, this is my dog Ellie. She is a big brat. Say hi to the streamer. Say hi. You're such a brat, Ellie. And you smell. Always sticking your nose into things that you shouldn't stick your nose in. Thanks, Speed. She's very clingy and very bratty. Yeah, good writing. Thanks, Speed. Thanks for forgiving me. It was, you know, it was insulting. I understand that. Granted, I was reading the manga and as I was doing the raid. I think it's more of a shade at Scarlet than anything else because I got really bored when it. I forgot how boring it could be when it comes to Pokemon grinding. But then again, I guess you can say it's the same with every other JRPG. Is just go into the wild and farm for experience. So there's that. I have two dogs, by the way. One of them you just saw. Her name is Ellie. The other one is a giant dog. He's a Pyrenees. His name is Snow. So yeah. Hopefully you don't mind the non-gameplay. It's just me chatting. I'm actually having way more fun just chatting like this every single night until I get my mind straight. And after this, I gotta go out and I gotta go and work out. You have no idea how painful it can be when you start working out after like so many years. I mean, I just did a couple of squats, and that's not even me hitting the gym. Just doing regular squats, like 30 squats, and my legs are kind of dead. Oh, God. So, but just during this time, I think, you know, during the holiday season, with everything that's going on, it's been, with everything going on in the economy right now, I just want to give everyone, you know, a good sense of a relief, I would say. And I think that's what this stream is all about. Just you know, every night you'll have someone to talk to, me, or you have someone to listen to, me. And then as for games, we can skip the Bloodborne and the Dead Space as of right now. I realize that maybe it was a mistake to call out my last couple of streams, but I was not prepared for the anxiety. And plus, with all these lights just shining in my face right here, where if you can see it, it's like I'm trying to photo shoot or something. It's not as bad, but the fact that the environment is not as scary like right here, because I mean I got my desk and I got my lights right here, I got my dogs right there, and the fact that Bloodborne still gave me freaking anxiety. I mean I was sweating, I was cold sweating that day when I was playing it. Just goes to show you, you know, how brilliant that game is. So, bravo, you know, from Software. Damn. Oh, and speed, by the way. Yeah, as you say, I didn't mean to ignore good writing and all that stuff. And again, I was being insensitive. But I did want to discuss with the anime with you. And Hughes was my favorite, and my favorite but my absolute favorite character. This might come as a surprise to you, though. It's actually Hohenheim, which is their father. You know, he lived a very interesting life, and of course, he was kind of innocent in all this. He was just dragged down by the homunculus, you know, the one in the vase, and but I find him the most interesting, even though we didn't see too much of him. I love the Elric brothers, I really did. Although, and I really liked Roy Mustang, but to my surprise, a lot of the females are actually really, really well written. Winry, of course, is awesome. God damn, it's been a while. Her name is not Claire, but Mustang's wife. Deadeye? I can't remember. She's got a tattoo burned on her back. Can't remember it. And of course, Sergeant Armstrong. Sergeant Armstrong's sister. Very, very badass. I enjoyed them all immensely. But I think it again just goes back to the issues of state of mind. But that I keep going back to that scene of the opening 5 where Rinri is just sitting besides Edward. There's just something really, really comforting about seeing that very important person in his dream while he is just sleeping on his bed smiling, and that lovingly warm smile from his wife looking down on him with such a simple house, and the colors just pop. Something about that just really, really resonated with me, and I really, really enjoyed it. So if there's anything to you, Speed, I actually downloaded the song for it. Oh, and by the way, if there's anything wrong with my stream, let me know, okay? Voice, music, whatever is all too loud, whatever, just let me know. So yeah, I still got plenty of stories to tell, or retell, whatever you want to call it. But thanks for coming by, Speed. It's always good to have you back. You're actually the first viewer that I have, or rather the first chatter that I had when I first started streaming on here. I think everyone else just, haven't translated yet to this new time that I have. And also thanks for the message about the VODs not working on Twitch. It took me 3 hours today to fix it, and I hope that's being fixed. But the fact that you are here typing, that means that you can actually hear me. So thank God it got fixed. So again, thanks a lot. All right, I think we're almost at 8 o'clock. Well, Speed, it's been a pleasure, my man. I'm glad you came back, and it's a blessing to have you here. I'll be back tomorrow at 7 o'clock. If you can't be here, feel free to watch my VODs, and let me know. Private message me if you want to talk, if you have any concerns or anything on how am I doing as a streamer, and what else I can improve upon, okay? And for everyone else, thanks for coming by. I hope I will see you guys again, same time, 7 o'clock Central. You don't have to play Bloodborne if it freaks you out, but if you do play, I recommend using Guide before playing because it's really fun. But yeah, if you want to play Yakuza. Yeah, I was jamming to the karaoke yesterday. That was so much fun. And hey, if I don't want to play something, of course I will not play it. But at the same time, how can I... It's not a bad game. There's no way I can say Bloodborne is a bad game. The only games that I don't want to play are games that are bad. Like Superman 64, those kind of games, right? Those are the games that I don't want to play, like torturing myself to play. But it's just that it's like not my taste, at least not right now, that I can handle. I think it'll break me down mentally and emotionally is what I'm trying to say. It's still too much. So as of right now, again, thanks a lot for coming in. And I will see you guys next time. Thanks again, Speed, for coming in. Later. See you tomorrow then, 7 o'clock.